Knuckleheads. Bet Rim Repeat Show is back in full effect. Here we are. It is Friday. It is July. I still can't tell the day. 14th. It's halfway through July. The All-Star break is over. Baseball is back. Lenny's back from vacation. My knuckleheads didn't burn the place down. Let's go. We're going to talk a few things here. We're going to talk. Let me go through a few things real quick. Some housekeeping.
How much you missed us during your vacation?
I never would say that. Join the contest page at facebook.com/group/picks and parlay contest. All the contests are over there. We did not do a weekly contest this week. There was one baseball game, and I'm not going to ask it. Listen, I'm not awarding somebody who's just going to play Wimbledon all week. So we're not doing that. No tennis, none of that. So we took the week off for the weekly contest, but the monthly contest, there is no days off. We rolled through it, and if you were smart, you made it through. And if you tried, I kind of punked out and just did some one-on-one stuff. Like I took the American League money line and the National League money line. I took the Tiger Cats and the Elks last night because I didn't want to play. So I just guaranteed myself a 1-1 throughout the week. And actually,
kind of cheap, but okay.
It was cheap as shit. And I'll take that. I'm not in this to make friends. I'm in this to win contests. Yeah, so that's what I did. But if you're looking for contests, facebook.com/group/picks and parlay contest. That's where you go over there. If you're looking for content, Daddy's back. Got you. If you're also looking for premium plays, I don't know. Picksandparlays.net, promo code MLB. That'll save you 20% off the entire site over there. Don't forget, adults, hit the like button, share us out. Subscribe, ring that bell for notification. You'll never, ever miss any of our content at picksandparlays.net. This is Bet Rim Repeat Show. We are here Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern. So I've been gone for a minute.
Yeah.
And for like 80% of it, I didn't even have cell phone signal, which was a blessing. I think my mind needed to reset, whatever, sports related, but I'm out of the loop. I don't understand what's going on. I went to one baseball game. Tigers lost 12-3, and that's the last baseball I won. And I think that was on like the 5th or the 4th. So, or watched, I should say. We did not win that game. What's up, Will? What's up with baseball? The All-Star break. We watched that. Everybody's rested. There is no back-to-back stuff. There is no nothing, this, that, or whatever. Do we like today's card? Do we not like today's card? I have a few plays, but I kind of going to ease into it a little bit. Talk to me about baseball.
It's a sport where they throw that white ball at another.
So that's Bet Rim Repeat, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. No. Here's a big thing I saw on Twitter today. Show high. Ohtani, the Angels are open to dealing him. Let's start there before we get into what we liked. We all knew this was coming. I mean, we've been talking about this since last year's All-Star break. I'm going to say the unpopular opinion, and I don't want to hear it, but he's going to wear pinstripes on the East Coast, right? And it's not the Mets.
No, I don't think he will. I don't think the Yankees will give up enough.
Yeah, the Angel. Let's talk about that. Everybody's talking about where he's going. Who's willing to give up the future? Because you're going to have to get up a haul for him. I mean,
that, or you're going to have to give up some money. One of those things, including maybe I know Higgs mentioned it. Someone might try to eat Rendon's contract, which is like 125, 150 million or something like that. Someone might try to go and eat that for them. Because if you think about if you're the Angels, you're done right now. Yeah, you're done. So if you could try to sell off whatever you can and maybe get a team to eat the contracts, all of a sudden a team eats Rendon's contract that's, 150 million?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, that's another 150 million you could offer Ohtani that you didn't have earlier. Okay. Locked up in a player. So, and if I'm the Angels, I'm taking the best offer I can get. They're going to take him for something. They're going to trade him. They have to, because they cannot afford for him to just walk at the end of the year and get nothing for him.
That's bad. That's all that, I mean, that's You're going to lose your job doing that shit. The Padres can't have it. They don't have any more money. I mean, I'm just thinking of teams that
they probably could
spend money. I mean,
Padres could eat Mets would eat the contract. Cohen would. That's. I don't see the Yankees doing it.
The
Yankees would have to give up more prospects.
I'll tell you what. 15 years ago, Yankees would have done it in a heartbeat.
Oh, 100%. But this is not the same Yankees.
I don't know if they do it today. I don't know today's Yankees do it.
Nope.
Cornell says, "What up? What up, fellas? What's happening?
What up?
What's happening? I don't like you two being next to each other.
Although I think this trade deadline, I think he'll be traded before the trade deadline. Like I think he will be traded a couple days before the deadline. I should say, not on the deadline.
You don't think You don't think the Angels will hold out for the best possible? I mean, they could lose an offer too.
They could, but they don't want it. I don't think they're going to try to risk that. I think you can get, if you're the Angels, I can get more for Ohtani if I give the team that's getting him an extra week or two with him. Maybe that's an extra, instead of getting the number 6 prospect, you get the number 5 or whatever it is.
Right. I'll say this.
For an extra week.
Listen, I'm going to put this out there, and I know this is whatever. In my MLB game, the show, Ohtani gets traded to the Royals. He got traded to the Royals. He's in a Royal jersey. That's not happening. But if it does by some kind of, then this shit's all fixed. I'm just saying.
It's not. No. That's 0% chance. Is there a anything less than 0? -% chance. There you go.
0.9.
No, that's not happening for sure.
I don't know. I mean, so who's the team? Let's look at the standings. Who's the team that, honest to God, that's there, but needs an ace to get him through the way?
Call me crazy. Why not Baltimore?
Bro, I swear to God. Right?
Why not Baltimore?
Why not? Nick, are you in deep thought? Let's hear. Don't let your brother steal all the thunder.
I mean, we're going to hear a million different places. I mean, I
know. But I mean, somewhere like...
But yeah, people saying the Yankees, who are they going to give up? You think Dominguez and Volpe?
I mean, I don't know.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if we look at prospect pools, I mean... The Dodgers seem like the obvious choice. I mean, you can the Dodgers can give up like Outman and Grove and
I would hate to
Pepiot and a couple other players, and they'll be fine because they got still a top 5 prospect pool in baseball.
I'd love them to go somewhere not big named. Like, I know this will never happen, but go to the Marlins.
Marlins,
I mean, I'm not saying that'll ever happen, but
they would never give up enough for him.
I get that. Go to the Pirates.
Pirates are not involved enough.
Or the Reds.
There's zero reason for him to go to the Pirates.
He doesn't have a say, does he?
I'm pretty sure he has a say.
I mean, he does, but he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just want him to go somewhere. I don't go to Oakland, homie. Come to Vegas. You'll be here in 2 years. It's a long-term thing. Just think big picture. Come to Oakland, because then I could see you.
He is not going to Oakland. I will guarantee he does not go to Oakland.
Come on. Let's just picture this right now. How crazy Twitter goes when he puts on a Tigers D.
That's even more not happening.
Not happening. Jose Sierra is coming in with Phillies money line, Baltimore at the half, and Seattle money line parlay. Definitely got a Seattle.
I like them all.
Money line.
Yep.
I mean, run
line. Yeah, I like that. I like all that.
Listen, speaking of my Tigers, I'm on the over. For real, I'm on the over. That's all. I'm not taking it.
I do like the Phillies play. From Seattle.
I like the Philly play. And I like Baltimore today, but I have an unpopular opinion that Sandy for the Marlins is going to have a way better second half than he did a first half. I think he gets his shit together in the second half. I don't think he does it today necessarily, but I think he turns that ship around. Talk to me about second half teams that are going to make a playoff push, if you will. Good day, Cap.
Let's start with one of the teams that he just mentioned, Seattle. I think Seattle's a playoff team. I think their pitching's solid. They've just haven't been able to get enough from their hitting, and I think J-Rod's home run derby thing will get his bat going, and you just got to get a couple of guys to get going. I think I would go Seattle makes a nice run. I am still a believer that the Baltimore Orioles are going to win the division. I know Nick's going to say otherwise because he loves Tampa. I think Baltimore wins the division, and I'll even go one step further and say Baltimore will be the number 1 seed in the American League.
Okay.
And then for a flip side, as much as we've loved them for the beginning of the year, I think Miami slips.
I disagree on that.
I disagree on that all day.
I think Miami has been pitching, and they've been able to hit this year.
I think their pitching is solid. I think their hitting has overachieved.
The problem is the division. I mean, they're 8.5
well,
games.
No, it's not. It's not. The division's not the problem. The Braves have locked that up already. But nobody's touching them. Which I will say, I think the Braves have a less than stellar second half. I don't think they're going after any win records. I think they'll have the number 1 seed in the National League. They'll have the division clinched in mid-July, mid-August. I think they'll have the 1 seed clinched by the end of August, and then I think they're gonna have a month where their games don't matter. It's gonna be tough for them to click back in the playoffs, and they get knocked out in the first round by Miami. Go with
Miami's gonna get ready.
Arizona,
right? No, hear me out on this one. Everybody get your tickets ready. Because the MLB has stolen the script from the NBA and the NHL. Hear me out on this one. The Miami Marlins are going to get the last wild card spot, and they're going to make the World Series. Just like the Heat,
in the World Series.
Just like the Panthers. They're going to get the last wild card spot, and they're going to make a South Florida run through the playoffs and make the World Series. There you go.
You know I like a good conspiracy theory. You know I do. And I could get on board with that. That's right up my alley. But I think the Marlins have a better second half. Let's put it that way. I don't think the Atlanta Braves, they're at 60 wins right now. I don't think they hit 110.
I could
I would say if you give me that over-under right now, I take the under.
They're not hitting 110. There's 72 games left. They would need to go 50-22 to end the year.
You want to know what their
with a September that's not going to matter for them.
You know what their current win total is if you want to lie bet it right now?
105.
102.5 minus 150 the over.
I would take the over there. I think they're like 106.
I was going to say like 105 for real. Damn, that's juiced over.
It's another way you can kind of look at where these teams are projected in the second half. It's just look at what the books have as their win totals.
Right.
The Diamondbacks are 87.5.
I take that over.
I take it over.
The Reds are 83.5.
The who?
Reds.
Hold on.
The thing is, they get a lot of division games against Pittsburgh and St. Louis, so
Pittsburgh has fallen off the edge.
I'll take the over on the Reds. Although that division sucks to begin with, so it's not really matter.
88?
Oakland's 50.5.
No, thank you.
I take no, thank you. Just no, thank you.
Nope.
I don't want over or under on that. Actually, I said I don't think they win 50 games this year, so we'll see. But I'm not touching that. Tell me what the Tigers are, because I hope they don't win 6. I took the under 65.
I have under 69.5 wins preseason.
Yeah.
I still feel pretty good about that.
Where are they at now?
I think when I looked, it was 71.5. 71.5.
I like that under.
Real quick, because I know you're going to hate me for this. What's Tampa's?
Tampa?
Fucking you and Tampa.
That would be 96.5.
58 wins right now.
I think they still break 100.
Tampa under.
Ooh, man.
Ready? I'll go. I'll make a bold statement. Tampa finishes third in the division.
Come on, quit that crap.
Behind who? Toronto?
Baltimore wins, and Toronto has a good second half. They'll get second place in the division.
I agree.
Okay. I don't like the Rays.
I agree with Toronto having a good second half, but I mean, not enough to pass the Rays. I just don't see that.
You know what the Toronto teams are? Maple Leafs, Blue Jays. They're showers. They're not growers. Okay, they just show you where they at. They ain't gonna do nothing else besides what they show you on paper.
Toronto is gonna be, I think, exactly what I thought they were in the beginning of the year: a 90 to 92 win baseball team, a wild card team, and then they'll get a team like the Yankees in the first round.
You know, this really depends on.
I don't think the Yankees make the playoffs. Yankees miss playoffs plus 120.
As it stands right now, I think they do. Unless
I think the Yankees, we've yet to see their best baseball. We've yet to see the best baseball from the Yankees yet.
I disagree.
Personally,
I agree with that statement, but that doesn't mean they make the playoffs.
87.5 is their live win total right now.
I'll go out and say,
take that over.
Sorry for any Yankee fans in the chat. Well, I'm not sorry. I hate the Yankees. Yankees finished last place in the division.
Oh my God! You know the Red Sox are in that division, right?
The Red Sox are not bad.
And they're a game behind, and they are a game behind the Yankees.
Oh my! Oh, and the Yankees are still. They're going to play better the second half. Boston's not. They've topped out the Red Sox. Red Sox overs because you can hit against them. That's it. That's the thing. Let's head over to the chat and see how crazy they think we are.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want it any other way. I want them to think
Rangers live total
under. Oh, sorry.
I'm just curious what it is.
The total, not that you're going to go under.
89.5 under. Easy under for me here. I will say this now. Last night, I done did it. I was staring at it for like a week. And I finally pulled the trigger. 2-unit play here. Biggest bet I've made of the season so far. Astros win the division at even money. I see them talk about a team that's bet on in the second half. The Houston Astros are bet on in the second half for me, and the Texas Rangers are bet against. And I started that today. I didn't bet on the Astros today, but I did take the Cleveland Guardians first 5 full game against the Rangers. I am not a believer in the Rangers. I am not.
Oh man, but they made me so much money the first half of the year.
Well, they're everybody's favorite team right now.
I mean, they're there, you know. Tate's in the house saying take some time out from selling some junk at his garage sale. What's up, fellas? What's up, Tate? Tate, I want you to go over and I'll give you a quarter for that one thing right there. That's it. I'll get half price. I want half price on one thing over there on the left. It's slightly used.
What are you talking about?
What about Boston? Huh?
You talking about Nick?
No.
Slightly used. You're only going to pay a quarter for him?
No, at a garage sale, you always get that one person who wants to pay a quarter. Shut. You guys are too.
I kind of lean.
You don't go garage selling with your grandma. Come on.
I lean Cubbies. Nick likes the Red Sox.
Take
that.
that.
I bet the Red Sox.
I get too much shit on my desk. My wife unpacked from the vacation and put everything on my desk. That's
smart.
Like. Fucking bag of cords. It's just a bag. This isn't my shit.
At least you get a bag of cords.
You should treat that and where that bag is. You have to. It's very accordingly to plan there. By that, I mean trading the whole team. By that, yeah, Giolito will be gone. Cease will be gone.
Kopech, Eloy Jimenez.
White Sox push to win the division. And by that, I mean trading the whole team.
They need to blow it up. That's what they need to do is blow it up.
Yeah, they have disappointed for sure. This guy from Let's Go Wild Picks, Edmonton Elks, have now tied the longest losing streak in professional sports history.
Home losing streak.
Their home game is against BC.
They snap that. They'll snap that against in a couple weeks. That's my thoughts behind that. That's the next time I'll try to back them at home. Does
the home losing streak count in American sports too, or is this the decimal system?
I don't count this.
Edmonton is about to barely edge them out by like a centimeter or two.
Okay, just checking. By a
I'm sure Elks fans had plenty of liters to drink last night.
Yeah, did you have a liter of Coke? I had to get my Canada rip in, so there you go. Exactly, Tate. I don't even know. I agree with Seattle, but Miami not look strong this year.
But by Miami, he doesn't. They look strong this year.
I think Miami makes a push second half, but I don't know if it's enough.
They're going to be, if they get it, I think they're a second or third wild card team. I think there's better teams out there, but that's just me.
Right. Miami versus Toronto and Blue Jays win.
All right. Stay off the weed. Sorry.
Why?
No, I don't think the Blue Jays. I think there's better teams in the American League. Although the Blue Jays are a solid team, I think they're going to be a playoff team. I can't see them making the World Series just yet.
Yeah, no, calm down. Miami's going to be a buyer this year.
I never said they weren't. They're going to be a buyer,
but they don't
think at the end of the year they might miss the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, Miami's not known. They could be a buyer, but that doesn't mean they're going to buy high priced. I don't know if that's making any sense, but hello, Terry. Happy Friday to you. Look at Terry and Tate. Look at them skipping across the lake or something. They're on holding hands. Hey, Tate, you as well, man. Why don't you guys get your own chat room? Mariners aren't making it. Astros and the Rangers fight it out for the division. The other will be the wild card. Then you got to look at the AL East first round for the rest.
I think we might get 3 AL West teams in the playoffs.
Really? You're high on Seattle, and
I think Seattle makes a run. I think Seattle is one of those candidates because they look good towards the end of the first half, and I think that they're going to be able to make it. I'm not saying that the Seattle Mariners are making a deep run or anything. I'm just saying that they can possibly try to make the playoffs. I think
so. Let's take this with a grain of salt too, because Captain Brian is a Rangers fan.
Okay.
I have a future on the Astros, but I think this makes sense. I think they do fight it out for the division.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a close divisional race.
Yeah, showers, not growers. Let's go. Hey, Captain Brian. Oh, now Terry's making friends with everybody in the chat. Wow, Terry. Say hi to us. We're right here. I'm right here. You can't see me, but I'm right here. Good morning, fellas and Tate. Rickett, tell the people what you did. You sent me a YouTube video, but what league is it? Baseball league. What Rickett played the other day. He had to show up these young kids. And he got it. I watched the video. Would you go 2 for 3? Something like that. I don't know. You had like 2-3 hits. You did good. I can't remember stats. I'm not a stat guy. What's up, Terry? Miss you, brother. Look, Terry's got all the fucking love in the chat. Damn it! I made it 24 minutes without swearing. I was trying to make it a whole half hour. Fucking shit. Tampa Bay. Davis is here. Tampa Bay -2. For those of you that don't know, I saw that he was when I was gone and there were no shows. He was putting them in the monthly picks. He's not playing in the contest. He's just telling you what he's on. Yeah, he does that. Thanks, Brian. You too, man. I'm going to be back doing shows on my channel for the NFL. Speaking of NFL, 2 out of 3 of you are wearing of us, I should say, are wearing NFL jerseys. Mine's right there. We're talking some NFL. prior to the show, and I wanted to touch base on this. I'm kind of amazed. I'm not amazed by it. Like, the writing's on the wall, but my mind is just kind of taken aback from this, that running backs are so
irrelevant.
Yeah. And there's a handful that are. Nobody.
I mean, there's a couple in this league that are game breakers. Absolutely. And those guys are more wide receivers than they are running backs, because those are the ones that will catch the ball at the backfield.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of I'm just blowing through some chat here, but I can also say this: running backs like Saquon, Jacobs,
Josh Jacobs
in Raiders at Las Vegas holding out. Ezekiel Elliott's not even on the team, which I'm not surprised.
It doesn't matter. Tony Pollard was the better running back anyway.
Right, he's 100 for the last 2 years plus. I'm just saying. So running backs I saw this shift happening a few years back, and I've always been a proponent. I say this on the show all the time. You guys are fat guys win Super Bowls, okay? It's all about your offensive and defensive line. I don't give a shit if one of us three are running behind it. I mean, we're short yardage guys. Let's be clear about this. We're 1 to 2 yard runners here, okay? Because we're gonna fall down when somebody.
I can get a whole yard.
Oh, yeah, sweet. I'm gonna fall forward. I mean, I'm going to fall down when there's a linebacker. When Myles Garrett is coming at me, I'm going to fall forward. I'm going to die doing it, but I'm going to fall forward. So hopefully I get that yard if we have the right fat guy in front of me. Offensive line. So running backs, tandem running backs. First of all, you need a 1-2.
Also, punch. Your quarterbacks are running the ball more too.
100% more rolled out kind of quarterback stuff like that. So I think that kind of plays into it, but I'm kind of amazed that. And I guess this is more of I play a lot of fantasy football, so maybe it's more of a fantasy level that everything is just tipped upside down. 10 years ago, if you drafted a wide receiver in the first 3 rounds, people were laughing at you. Now, if you're drafting a running back in the first 3 rounds, people are laughing at you.
No, I'm still drafting running backs early because
unless they're
and that's exactly what we were explaining. There are a couple running backs that you want.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I mean the Christian McCaffreys, the Saquon Barkley's, like the Nick
Chubbs. I do think there's a correct first overall pick this year, though.
I want to see Nick Chubb.
I'm going to say Travis Kelce. Just because the skill. Hold on. Just because running backs. Yes.
He doesn't catch
Hold on. The differences between an average and the top wide receiver and then the average and same for running back is a lot less than Travis Kelce. It goes from Kelce to Kittle to who else knows. And it's just that big of a drop off. And having a guy in your lineup like Travis Kelce could be very beneficial. I think that could be your that should be the number 1 overall pick in fantasy drafts right now. I think there's more leverage that way. But that's just me.
I think and
then second round pick Patrick.
For me, it's positional play.
Exactly, and that's why I want to go Travis Kelce first.
He doesn't touch the ball enough for me. That's the thing, is I want somebody who touches the ball all the time, which is a Christian McCaffrey, which is the breakout guys. That honestly, I hate to say this, and I know this is going to be the homer play of the year for me, but I'm taking Jamari Gibbs early in my drafts, especially in my keeper drafts, because I'm going to have that guy on my team for a long time, and his play is mirrored after a Christian McCaffrey. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Just because he's a Lion doesn't mean he sucks. Say some shit. Say some shit, Tim Earl. Bite your tongue. But I find it amazing that the lack of stock that teams will put dollar-wise on those type of players now, that unless you're a Christian McCaffrey type player, and I'm not trying to give Christian McCaffrey all kinds of love. I'm just saying the way he plays running back is different than Ezekiel Elliott. And I'm just looking at styles, you know what I mean? But we've been doing Picks and Parlays we have been doing all week. We've been doing some season preview stuff, win totals on teams, giving you free picks. So make sure you check the channel out for that. Today we're doing one Actually, today we're doing like 4. I don't know when they're going up on the site, but probably over the weekend or at some point. But we're doing the Jets, Dolphins, Jaguars are coming up. We're doing one for every team. That's all I had to say about that.
Yeah,
but
we're doing that's the Jets, the Dolphins, the Colts, and the Jaguars getting recorded today.
Nick, you have hated the Rangers since game 1.
I don't think they're a very good team. I think their offense is good, but their pitching staff is going to be their downfall because they have 2 good starting pitchers that and one of them starting to regress really bad, and their bullpen is mediocre at best. I just think the Astros are a better team.
So you have so are you just, because I get this way too. We haven't mentioned the Mets at all. And I know you guys are both Mets fans.
We don't need to. That's fine.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Remember this when my Lions are vying for a Super Bowl move. I mean, I don't want to talk about the Lions. I'm going to say that. And you guys can't talk about them either. It'll be worth the wait. For what? I don't know.
Show to come back.
San Francisco. Will Tim Anderson ever hit a homer again?
Yeah, not with the White Sox.
I mean, yeah, not with the White Sox. That's fair. Don't stay off the weed. That's a horrible advice, Timothy. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know. That Canadian weed might be different. St. Louis Cardinals.
No. Why are you laying 185 on the Cardinals? No, gross. No.
Mikolos?
No, give me the Nationals.
No.
I'll take the Nationals.
That game right there screams shit show because those are two teams, the Nationals and the Cardinals, that I kind of run line the other team with. I fade them all the time. So, Nick, you think the Cardinals are a second half team, correct?
Yeah, but the division's obviously out of reach.
Right.
I did take their team total over today, the Cardinals. So
Brad does exist. Brad, I think Brad was Allie Burns.
Whoa.
I said it. I said it in our group chat too. I heard too. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm just saying. Or not her. It was her friend who was messing with her, to be clear. It wasn't like a conspiracy that she conspired or anything. I'm just saying. I think that's what it was. 2 for 3 with bases loaded walk. Yeah, this is what Ricky did. WCL game with a bunch of college kids. The show, the old man had to go out there, dust the dust off the cleats, and go 2 for 3 bases loaded walk, 2 RBIs in a WCL game. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's actually good. It was good. I actually had it on in the garage. I watched the whole damn game because I'm jonesing for baseball probably. But Blue Jay closer got hurt during the All-Star game.
Yeah, Jordan
Romano got pulled.
Davis, okay. Again, conspiracy. Davis could be Brad.
I don't think so.
He hasn't mentioned anything about the Astros. I don't know.
I get that. I 100% do get that. But read that sentence as if Brad typed it.
Whoa.
No, it's not.
He just got it. Yeah.
I don't think it's Brad.
I'm not saying I'm just saying could be. I work in a world of what ifs. Okay.
Yeah.
Vikings let Cook walk away.
Yeah.
And Dalvin's
going to be too expensive. And there's no point in giving that much money to your running backs when you should pay for your offensive line instead.
I think he's a stud too. I
like
as
Madison.
A Lions fan, I'm happy he walked away. Or he partied, whatever. I'm glad.
Madison's just going to be just as good though.
I ain't nobody afraid of him. He's played. He ain't nobody.
He's played so many games because Dalvin Cook always got hurt.
Yeah, I'm not. I get why everybody. I get from a handicapper's point of view why the Packers have value, but I won't bet the Packers because Aaron Rodgers left. I'm looking at the Packers today, and ain't nobody in that division afraid of Jordan Love.
Not yet.
Nobody. He's played plenty. He's been around for a while. He ain't nobody afraid of Jordan Love. I mean,
he
the
hasn't been a
defensive
starter yet.
player
Though.
of the year.
He hasn't been a starter yet.
He started games because Aaron Rodgers was out for a minute. He's played a few games and started a few games for them.
I already got Packers money line game 1. It's against the Bears.
Oh, that's easy money. The Bears are going to be bad.
I don't think they're going to be bad, but I like.
They're going to be an over team again. The Bears. Their offense is going to be decent. Justin Fields is going to be able to move the football, but their
100%.
Defense is bad.
But their defense is going to be bad.
Even Jordan Love can have a good game against the Bears defense.
Oh, Jordan Love throw 4 touchdowns against them, and in the first game. Watch, he'll also throw 3 picks, and the Packers will win that game. And Bears quarterback will have like 200 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. You know, he'll be their leading,
and they'll still lose 34-28.
100%. He'll be their leading passer and leading rusher. That's not a recipe for Super Bowls. It's just not. Rickett says the first pitcher I faced did strike me out with 86-mile-an-hour fastball after 7 years of softball that was smoldering to me. I bunted to move a runner my second time. He scored and I ended up on second. Look at that. I'd have pulled a hamstring trying to bunt. Quarterback. I'm just saying, quarterbacks and running backs. Now laugh out. Yeah, quarterbacks are running backs. I mean, you got to be mobile. The game has evolved, so athleticism, for fuck's sake. I mean, you know, Myles Garrett is a different athlete at that position than 10 years ago at that position. It's just a different athlete, and those guys got to move or die. I mean, it's fight or flight, and you can't swing. You also can't drop it, contrary to Myles Garrett, belief. When he hit Mason Rudolph in the face with his helmet, that was awesome. But
it was.
Speaking of Mason Rudolph, I'm high on the Steelers.
Yeah, and I do want to address this comment right here.
Yes.
Well, Packers to miss the playoffs. Okay, legitimately speaking, how many NFC teams are playoff teams this year? I know there's 7 playoff teams or whatever. All right, so let's just out of hypotheticals here. Philly, Minnesota, San Fran, and the winner of the NFC South. The South is getting one playoff team. Falcons, Panthers, Saints, whoever it is.
Whoever.
And then for the 3 wild card spots, I see it coming down to 5 teams. Giants, Cowboys, Packers, Lions, Seahawks.
Can I just point out, if you're betting this, Terry, it's minus 240.
Yeah, it's minus 240. There's no value in minus 240 for them to miss the playoffs, especially when I think they have a 3 out of 5 chance to squeak into a spot if Jordan Love is halfway decent, because he's still got decent weapons, and that's a pretty good defense in Green Bay.
I was just going to say, their defense is
legit. Still a really strong defense they're going to build around him. So they may win lower scoring games.
Yeah, the problem is I don't think that offense is shit. I mean,
They've got okay weapons. They still got Aaron Jones behind the. I mean, they have okay. Like their receiving core needs some help. That's one thing that does need some help. But I mean, their defense, I think, can win them games.
I think their defense will keep them in games. I don't know if it'll win in games. You know what I mean? I don't know
when they're big dogs, it'll cover point spreads.
Well, they'll be a covering team, because teams are going to make Jordan Love beat them, and they're going to stack the box, and they're not going to run anywhere, and they're going to make him throw the ball. And if he can throw it accurately and stay healthy, they're a
potential.
You know what I mean?
The thing with Jordan Love is he can run the football a little bit. He has the potential to be a light version of Justin Fields.
He's mobile for sure.
Like he has the ability to be a light version of Daniel Jones potentially, like something along those lines.
I'm 100% on the board.
Right off the rip, and then he has potential to be better than Jones, and stuff like that. But I see potential with Jordan Love. I see him taking a step up this year. I think Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay is probably one of the best things that could have happened to the Packers, because he's He's been holding that team in handcuffs for years. So now they're finally.
I think it's going to be
Aaron Rodgers.
They can
be
a good thing.
New era. They may not be the greatest this year, but Jordan Love in the future will be fine with this team. Just give him time to develop. Because if we remember right, they did the exact same thing with Aaron Rodgers with Brett Favre. He sat underneath Brett Favre for a couple years. He was a first-round pick, and they let him sit for a few years. Brett Favre left. He stepped in, and Aaron Rodgers took off. What's stopping Jordan Love from doing the same thing?
Athleticism.
Really?
But no. I mean, I agree with you.
More athletic than Rodgers absolutely is. He doesn't have the arm of Rodgers, but he can move better than Rodgers. Ever could.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is a very smart quarterback.
Jordan Love is going to be time. Yes.
Right. And I think that was Aaron Rodgers.
Which sitting underneath Aaron Rodgers for a couple of years, I think has only done him good.
Okay. Well.
And we saw he came into a couple games last year. I remember that game against KC. He came in and looked poised. Like he didn't look phased at all coming in late in that game. I mean, or no, that was against the Eagles. He came in, he looked great.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's stopping Jordan Love from not being terrible this year? I think people, just because Aaron Rodgers left Green Bay, think think the Packers are bad now, which I don't. I'm not buying into that theory, honestly. Am I saying the Packers win anything this year? No. Am I saying they're going to be a last place football team or a last place football team like everybody else? No. I think they are a second or third place football team. They're going to go out and they're going to win 8 to 10 games and they'll be fine.
I think they should be happy if they finish 8 and 9. And I think that's what they finished last year.
That's still over the win total, right?
Yeah, that's what they finished last year. I think they finished with probably closer to 6 or 7, but I'm a Lions fan, so I'm always going to hate on the Packers. So
7.5
take that into consideration.
Yeah, let's take opinion from people who do not have any biases towards the other NFC North teams. Not going to mention anybody in specific in the chat at all.
Yeah, right. I agree with this.
Could be.
I don't think nobody wants Elliott and all that shit. And I think he resigns at a very, very cheap rate. And he becomes a cowboy for life kind of thing. And good for him. And you know what? He's the perfect cowboy for life. He talks a lot of shit and acts like they're better than he is. And it's just like every other Cowboys fan. Talks a lot of shit, and they think the Cowboys are better than they are. And I'm here to tell you, the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl in their lifetime. So we have a grown asshole adults, people that are out in the society that get to vote.
Not even see them make it to the Super Bowl.
Right, and they get to vote, and that are leaders of this country.
We've also seen We've also seen Tom Brady's daughter hold more Lombardi trophies than Cowboys playoff wins.
So, Cowboy Nation, you're not America's team. And if you are, you're just...
You are the Toronto Maple Leafs of football.
That's not true.
No, that is 100% true. Every year is their year. Every year the Leafs are winning the Cup, and every year the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. And guess what? They don't.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
And I've said this for a while. And I've said this for a while, and I'm going to keep saying it. The Cowboys will not win a Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is breathing. As long as he has any sliver of control in that team, they are not winning a Super Bowl.
I agree. He's their worst enemy.
The first year, the year he dies, I'm taking the Cowboys to win it all.
That's what they used to say about the Raiders, and then his son took over. And
that only got
did you know? I read somewhere. This is all bad, by the way. By the way, I agree with this statement. Tony Pollard is a top 10 running back.
Yes.
Good. The Raiders are the most expensive organization in the NFL to keep up. Not just salaries, to like maintain stadiums or whatever, all that shit. And I'm like, are you shocked? Vegas is one of the most expensive places in the country to live. So, what do you think is going to happen when you move an NFL franchise here? It's not Oakland no more, homie. You don't get that. You don't get that Oakland discount. We have running water.
You don't get a California discount.
Yeah, you don't get that Cali discount. You know what I mean?
The Cali discount.
You don't get that. Yeah, the Packers, no value there. Boston, Atlanta, yeah, -250. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Seattle, Angels, Texas, Packers, 5-12. Listen, if the Packers go 5-12, it's not horrible for them because then they draft early and they need a lot of pieces. They need draft picks. I'm not saying it's horrible for them, but I don't think I see them getting into that 7-win area.
I think they're 8-9 win team.
We're not that far off. Who could Tim be talking about? I don't know.
Not a clue.
Oh, how about them Cowboys? Super Bowl 2024. I know, right? How about them Cowboys? But Captain Brian, are you a Cowboy fan too? I know you're a Rangers fan. If you're a Cowboy fan, you probably are a Cowboy fan. Son of a bitch, because you hate the Astros because you're a Ranger fan. So you're not going to be a Houston Texan fan. So that means you're a Cowboy fan. Damn it, Brian. Now we were so close to being BFFs. Talk to me about the NFC South real quick. That we're on football.
Oh, thank you.
I like Atlanta.
I'll take the Saints just because.
Cool. We'll take 3 different teams. Give me the Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers are the long shot that I would take. The Falcons will still find a way to Falcon, but I think this is the Saints division to lose this year. I like their addition of Derek Carr. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with an actual defense behind him, not the Raiders defense.
I 100% agree.
And I think the Saints are probably the team to beat in that division. But we're talking about the NFC South the same way we're talking about the AL Central. It doesn't really matter who wins that division; they're getting bounced in the first round.
100%.
Correct.
Okay, so Tampa's got Baker Mayfield. Saints, obviously Derek Carr. With Carolina, Bryce Young, first of all, he doesn't make it through the first NFL season. I think that kid, it should be illegal you have to be a certain height to ride this guy.
The only reason why I said them is I would want to take a long shot with a division that I really think anything can happen besides Tampa winning. I don't think Tampa wins.
I don't think Baker Mayfield makes any difference or whatever. But here's the thing. No. I kind of like Atlanta here.
Atlanta's tricky to trust. I don't trust
Atlanta. Oh, man, so bad.
And we're talking about a division that can be won with 8 games.
Oh, my God. I don't know if that wins it.
Maybe 9 games.
Last year it was 8-9. So, I guess.
But would you be surprised if by the end of the year the Saints are sitting at like 11-6?
I would say 10-7.
The Saints?
The Saints 10-7 is their ceiling, probably, and that's their division. 10 wins wins the division by a game or 2.
I don't think anybody in that division gets to 10 wins. Not one.
It's gonna be tricky, but I
don't know the schedule.
It's not a division I'm particularly interested in trying to take a future on. There's other ones I was looking at. I think there's value on the Browns. I think that's my top pick.
Yes.
And I was actually staring at this last night, and I kind of looked at it a little bit. I think this is going to end up one I'm going to pull the trigger on. I like the Bengals under 11.5 wins. I just need to find 6 losses, which they play the Chiefs. But I think they split against the Browns. I could see them splitting against the Steelers. I can see them splitting against the Ravens. That's a tough division. That division is designed for you to go 3-3 every year in your division. That's the way that division is designed. Is everybody to beat the crap out of each other.
I think that's the toughest division in the AFC.
So I think 3 losses come from in division for the Bengals, and then they lose to the Chiefs. They lose. There's a game against the 49ers on the road, I believe. They play the Jaguars, which I think could be an interesting game. They have a couple of difficult opponents. They got Buffalo in there. They got Minnesota in there. So this is 6 losses. I think can be I can find that with
the doable.
Bengals. It's doable. I just think 12-5 is. 11-6. I think is right where I see the Bengals. 10-7, 11-6.
I mean, I think Pittsburgh gets better, so they got to find a win. Then they were 9-8. I think they get to double-digit wins. 3-3 in the division.
Steelers will find a way to have a winning season.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're there. I don't know. I'm not big on Cleveland. I know you guys are. I don't know.
Cleveland money line first game is my best bet on the slate at this moment. I love Cleveland week 1. They've fallen into a couple really strong trends. They're a home divisional dog week 1. Sign me up.
That's fair. I do think that AFC North, though, I think that's the toughest division in the AFC.
They beat the crap out of each other. Absolutely.
I mean, for real. That reminds me of the NFC North, where it used to be, where there was 5 teams, and there were Tampa Bay used to be in that division long time ago.
That's kind of the NFC East now. That beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, they just, that's the same thing. The North they call it the black and blue division for a reason. They just beat the shit out of each other. Now it's really not a contest. The Lions went 5-1 last year. But there's that.
And still didn't make the playoffs. So there's that.
Fuck. Yeah, there was that. That's terrible. But what was I gonna say? I think that's all I got on football talk.
Yeah, well, we'll be talking a little bit more football here in a little bit here when we do our free pick, or when we do the.
And eventually we'll get to college football soon too. So.
Yeah, I know this is the last full month with no football. Last of it. In August we got 3. I think we're like 3 weeks away from the Hall of Fame game, which every year everybody laughs at me for watching it. I'm gonna watch it. I will watch it just so I can hear somebody watch football, but this is the stupidest comment ever.
I worked with Higgs for a while.
Yeah,
we think the same. Like legit, we think the same.
By the way, you guys,
I'm not stealing his picks.
You do know that we're all in the same umbrella company, right? Earl Sports Bets, winning free picks. All of us are under the Picks and Parlay umbrella.
We're not ripped off of Sean Higgs. Dude, come on.
That's the dumbest shit ever.
Higgs is a good friend. I'm not stealing his picks.
Right.
We may be on the same side a lot. We think similar.
What?
You'll see during college football, college basketball, we're going to be on a lot of similar plays because one of the things that we both will be doing is fading ranked teams when they're dogs against unranked teams.
That's
that's going to be a system play. So no, we don't steal Higgs' things. Get out of here.
As long as Burrow is a Bengal, they will be the team to be.
They are the team to beat in the division. We're not saying that they're not the team to beat in the division. Right. I'm just saying that there's value going after the Browns.
Yeah,
I think every single year.
I think it's a tough division.
I mean, you can make an argument for every team to finish first and every team to finish last.
You can. No, not really. But that's that no. But every single year, there's a team that goes from worst to first. Yes. There's a last place team that goes up to first. Last year, it was Jacksonville.
Yeah.
This year, I think it's the Browns.
This year, there's a couple teams out there it could be. A lot of people are picking the Jets for that. I don't think it's them. It could be the Browns.
I don't think so either.
Colts, it could be the Broncos. Those are 3 teams I think that potentially can take that step up, or the Falcons. The Falcons as well.
Atlanta's that would be my
pick. Your last to first? My last to first will be the Browns. But, I mean...
Tim, I hate to say this, but I don't think your Jets...
I don't think so either. I'm about to do the free pick video for it. I'm taking the under.
Right. Well, don't...
And the worst comes to worst, I'm either correct or I get to see my team in the playoffs again. So...
Yeah, that's fair. Falcons, yeah. I like that. We're going to wrap it up, though. We're about done here.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked too long. But good to be back. We will be back as well. Monday, I'll be back full swing. Bet Win Repeat will be back Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern, every day on the Picks and Parlay channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notification. all that stuff. We will see you guys on the next one. Like, comment, share. Also, don't forget about the new Picks Parlay app. Download that. It's available on all the platforms as well. Google, Android, whatever else, Obama phone, whatever you got, download the damn thing. Use the promo code MLB. That'll save you 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. This is Bet Win Repeat.